Andrew Ettinghausen takes out the Sharks on the pace right throughout 1999. Tremendously consistent, tremendously well-balanced outfit, strong in all areas, and real workers. Peachy, the danger man at the back. Ettinghausen, the captain. What a career he has had for this Sharks side. Paul Mellor to join him in the centres. Mitch Healy to do all the kicking tonight, and the forwards who will go non-stop for 80 minutes, this Sharks pack. Dean Treaster will have a terrific clash in the hooking position with Robert Mears. He's running from dummy half, suited for these conditions as well. Now it's for John Simon and the Warriors to continue on the good work, even in defeat last week against the Broncos. Wearing red shorts tonight, unfortunately for a home side, because of the clash with the Cronulla outfits. They have to, rather amazingly, come up with a different strip. Odin Ryan at the back. In recent weeks, Nigel Vagana has been a threat to all in the three quarters. Odell Manuel, a great game against Hancock last week. Simon, outstanding at 5'8", looking for a lot more running from Stacey Jones tonight. And no doubt about it, huge pack of forwards with Joe Vagana and Hermanson to do the early damage against the Sharks. Pretty tough one for Sean Hampstead after the massive media reaction in New Zealand all week after the Broncos clash. Healy down deep, Odin Ryan. Handed away for Hermanson. Full steam ahead. Well, he's automatically won the popularity stakes in the opening seconds, as this penalty gets them away from the 30 through Simon. Off the side of his boot, he'll only improve it by a metre or so.
Yeah, sometimes at the kickoff, you're that enthusiastic, you want to get up hard on defence. Hampstead warning the Cronulla players, the Sharkies, to stay back on side. The penalty awarded, a good opportunity for Auckland to say, fine, good yards right up the middle of the ruck.
Joe Vagana. Simon, a little bit of a jinx step, tried to get him behind the line. Jones. So much better when he takes it to the line. We're going to look for a lot more of that tonight.
Well, you said it already. Stacey Jones, when he decides to run, take on the line, he's that quick, that nippy, great upper body strength. He will be a real weapon if he decides to run tonight.
Clever from Simon. You're going to see some variations. Not only the ball in the air tonight, he knows that in these conditions, even more difficult to put it on the deck.
Well, it is. It's one of the tougher ones to come up and, you know, just collect. You've got players coming at you from all sorts of angles. Ball is slippery. You've just got to get yourself, your body down low, and just make sure you come up with the ball.
Tutupu with a strong tackle. Brought away by Andrew Pearce. Lang takes on the line so courageously. Lang, but he really does cop some treatment. Pressure on the kicker, this time on Nick Graham. But this one went so close to going over the sideline inside the Warriors 20, and a fine chase from the Sharks, one of the strengths of their game.
Yeah, it is, and when they decide to you know, really chase up hard, it's just so dangerous to get around. They really force your hand, and you know, 99% of the time they make you come up with an error. The Warriors will have to make sure they hustle back. Enthusiasm needs to be good straight after a kick.
Terry Hermanson really firing up. Toddy in the front row, both he and Joe Vagana.
Yeah, they're running onto that ball, hitting the advantage line, aren't they? And that's great to see, and it gives John Simon and Stacey all the room they need.
Everybody's called okay. So from 120 to the other, solid set of 6. Nick Graham getting a ball around the back door. Peachy upended unceremoniously by Jason D. Treaster trapped from that dummy half. He had a question mark for Sean Hampstead about the marker. Big shot from Joe Vagana. Lang, he'll get up, he'll be back for more. Peachy staying up in the line, swinging arm, some heavy bustling in defence and pressure, and they make the mistake. Fumble time for the Sharks. Mears, good quick support play. How often do they get together? Deeth and Mears. Hermanson inside the 30. Powerhouse start from the Warriors. Jones getting 2 out, looking for runners. Inside, Joe Vagana. Good tackle down low. Treaster put him down. Jones wrapped up, still looking to unload. Mellor to make sure that he stays down and to slow the play down just a little. Last tackle now. Simon's under pressure, creates some space. Odin Ryan. Simon's taken out incredibly without the ball by Sean Ryan.
Fair call. Never let him go. Took him in.
Well, it's a simple 2 points on offer, but Dean Treaster, he came up with a save tackle on big Joe Vagana that time. Plenty of pressure on the kicking options. And the ball, the player just taking out Simon, taking out, and the Warriors certainly have started at a humdinger pace, and their enthusiasm to force some errors with some great defence, and the Sharks really just having to look up and see who's coming at them.
Couple of early penalties. This an easy one to start the night though. And some points for a pretty solid early performance from the Warriors. 2-0. If anything, the rain has just eased a little. And back Jones goes to give it off to Hermanson, who throws himself into the line.
That's an absolute pearler by Hermanson. No regard for his safety.
In 2 plays, they're out to the 30. Hermanson wants some more. Here I come again. Look out. Terrific surge. Now somebody's got to have to handle big Joe Vagana. And he goes looking for the quick play. The ball gets upset. And Mears goes looking down the short side. Then a good ball up for Deeth on the fringe. All happening early days for the Warriors. Mears to kick down to the in goal. Peachy knows this one could be a problem. Just goes dead. Just not waited enough. And the Sharks go back to the 20 quickly. Treaster goes to the blood bin. Now I think he was on the wrong end of trying to take that return from the kickoff from Hermanson.
Well, Hermanson, Sean Ryan was there, and I mean, there's as though Hermanson knew he had 10 minutes to go out there and just put everything into it.
Well, they're both off, but I think we know where the points decision is at the moment. 6 minutes downtown for the Warriors. Now, bang, climbed high, and bit of a head clash, really ended on the wrong end of all of that. Now Hampstead and a touch judge in.
Please, come here.
We'll have a listen to Hampstead on this one.
Okay, Jace. I'll deal with you first. Awesome, just keep him down, right? Right, it's penalty against you, right? Right, let's not touch that, says.
Okay, you got the first plate for the high. This play's actually come over top as well. It's also made contact with the head. It was just very lazy, okay? The hand has come along and hit him.
Thanks, Paul. All right, you hear what he's saying? Well, just keep him down, right? You don't need for that at all.
Warnings for both Jerry Siu, who's just got out there, and for Jason Deeth. A little bit of a let-up now, a bit of a respite for the Sharks, who have had to handle all the pressure down their own end.
Well, it gives the Sharks a bit of breathing room, and they get an opportunity inside the Warriors' red zone.
Really didn't look to be much in it from Siu. Out wide, Jones was up quickly. Good rushing defence. Mellor. Much travelled player from Souths to Canterbury. Now with the Sharks. Nick Graham. Down below was Tony Tutupu. Quick to make the call, Hampstead. Now, decision time for Eddinghausen. whether they go looking for 2 or not.
Well, with Matt Rogers still out with injury, opting to just take their large share of possession now, camped inside the Warriors 20.
Back-to-back penalties. Inside. They go searching for the try. Joe Vagano went looking for the big shoulder charge. Healy takes it to the line, just grabbed by Joe Vagano. Grabbed him by the collar. Wide they go again. Chance here with numbers. Mallow will play it inside the 10. For Dykes to dummy inside, to stay outside. McKenna, great ball up, and Dykes on a run around. All the early play, all the early advantage for the Warriors adds up to little. Just a good opportunity and cleverly kept alive by McKenna for the support play of Dykes.
Yeah, off the back of a couple of penalties, just able to get the ball wide. McKenna getting his arms free, staying alive in the tackle. Dykes comes round, and what was some good defence from the Warriors, just eventually too much ball.
Yeah, that's right. I suppose the defence here just got a little bit lost in the middle with that little run around. But great stuff from Cronulla. They defended well on attack. They're looking pretty hot.
But the Sharks, through Dykes and a try, grab the lead. 4-2. John Simon won't be happy with the way they had all the early control of possession. A couple of penalties. As you would expect from the side of the top of the competition table in the NRL. Back-to-back penalties, and they put some points on the end of all of that.
Well, it's just, you know, the Sharks, they know how important this game is to stay in the top 4. The minor premiership still up for grabs. And, you know, they need a big performance. And, geez, have a look at the effort. Lang comes storming in.
Pushed out the back. Ryan, they just keep it alive. There's some bustling defence from the Warriors that, most especially in the second 40 last week against Brisbane, upset the Broncos for quite a long period of time.
And that is a pleasing sign that you can step up in the second 40. And, you know, perhaps that has been their downfall, just letting sides get too much of a lead on them before they start to fire a shot back.
Madison setting up as Graham was inside his own 40. Couldn't get it out towards the sideline of the 20. Way too strong. Back to the 20. Interesting for the Sharks. The possession has really turned around very quickly. Odell Manuel. Vagana gets his spell. Siu takes it past the 40. The Sharks are well on their way to recording their highest premiership tally in one season. Already 28. Just 6 points short of their record of 34, which they set in 73, and then again in 1988 when they grabbed their minor premiership title. Peachy way back, right in front of his own post now, though, to bring it back to the 10.
And the Warriors will need to make sure that they chase hard on Peachy, one of the best returners from broken play.
Colin Best still inside the 20. Andrew Pearce has managed to improve things to near the 30 now for Nick Graham. Just such a constant work rate from this Sharks side right throughout their unit. Madison.
Well, they're a very balanced unit, the Sharks pack, and with Nick Graham just being able to offer the ball on a couple of occasions now, you know, he'll be dangerous. The Auckland will have to make sure that they wrap him up and they don't let these Sharkies stand in the tackle.
Soccer skills, unwanted soccer skills from Odell Manuel as he finally traps the ball. Odin Ryan. averaged metres you saw in every set of 6 favouring the Warriors, mainly through their big men. Joe Vugano and Terry Hermanson, who set it up so well early. See you. Simon trying to split Best, and also Peachy. Chase is good. Conditions brightening up some. So much better, Toddy, without all that heavy rain of before.
Yeah, the guys are smiling on us because it's been raining all day, as you said, and all night, and it's just stopped now, although the conditions are very wet, and you can see that the players are really concentrating on ball security, and they're doing remarkably well in the first 20 for the amount of drop balls. It's been just great stuff from both sides.
Stay on the short side, the Sharks. Madison. Enjoying a lot of support. The ball carrier so far for the Sharks, taking it up the middle, just making sure of it towards the 50 before they get their kicking game in through Healy. Odin Ryan, right on his own line. Takes it to the midfield to try and straighten. Odell Manuel.
And both sides just working each other nicely, putting plenty of pressure from their kicking game, making sure the chase is good. Both sides working hard for the yards.
Joe Vugano, the crowd riding Hampstead about the 10. Simon, back for Odin Ryan. Gets the kick in, but only just. Peachy's there and just gets to it.
He's on one, hands up now. Here we are, fellas.
Good play from the Sharks to put some pressure on. Now early tackles and already on the 50.
Station. All right, mate, good work. He's on straight, hands up now, hands up. Here, all.
Working away at this short side now with Trista, who's back there. Madison. And the run around was Healy, trying to do what Dykes did earlier. Now it's down to the last for Dykes. Still Dykes showing it out wide. Hoppy is there and he puts it down. So more possession coming up for the Sharks.
You pass the ball.
Bit of support, and it should have been another Sharks try. Dykes in behind them.
Yeah, Cronulla will get the feed, and Dykes looking for Colin Best. He held his ground out on the sideline just to pass straight to ground. Sean Hoppy coming up with a knock on, but all the pressure being applied to the Warriors. The Sharkies chasing out hard when required, putting a lot of pressure on John Simon. Jason Deeth just watching him with a shoulder injury. I think he's trying to challenge Logan Swan for the top tackle count. He's been involved in everything so far.
Well, they're going to need somebody out there from the bench. Shoulder problems for Deeth. They're about to go right under the hammer with some more possession coming up for the Sharks. Peter Lewis in 14. Trying to go up a gear. Peachy from a short side coming across the link in. Well read, and ball and all taken by Simon. Graham showing it on the inside. Healy. The ball's been turned back on the inside by the Sharks. Now Mellor right on the 10. Healy. Dykes combining to put Ryan just outside his man, who was then forced to come back inside. Eddinghausen left alone, had a peek, thought he had a chance, and he'll just be denied. Looked to open up, then close so quickly. Long, slow play of the ball. Last tackle too for Healy to fumble to put it down. They rushed up out of the line, not quite sure. Pass looked to be a good one to Healy.
Yeah, and that's a big effort from the Warriors. Just able to hold their line, show a lot of patience, get up hard, chase on Healy.
Just took his eyes off it to have a quick look at where the defence was. Wagner. Good defence on Joe Wagner. Hermanson's back there. Stewart is finishing the tackle over the top. Mears still slipping tackles. Great run from him out towards the 50. Now it's the last against the Warriors. Simon this time created some space. Still didn't get a long kick in though. Down for Best to try and beat the tackle on the chase of Odenryan.
Not the kick that Simon was looking for. The Warriors still haven't been able to put in another option kicker for Simon. And perhaps he'll have to have a look at that as the Sharkies continue to start to win this possession count.
What's the story on Jason Dietz, Toddy?
Yeah, early on in the game, he got a cork on his shoulder, an elbow apparently straight into his shoulder, and it's just playing up him as the game's gone on. So they've got ice on the sideline, packing ice onto it, but there is a chance he'll go back on.
An important talent group there for the Warriors. They've pulled this up now with the Warriors to have the feed, and their first look back in down around this area for quite a while. Manuel. 11 sets for the Sharks, just a couple of more as an advantage. But surprisingly, the Warriors with a big completion rate. The Sharks down on errors, although it is now the Warriors who cough it up. It's going to be hard on anybody tonight with the amount of water out there.
Well, I think both sides, just with the pace at the start of this game, just starting to find its way now. And just strong defence again on Odenryan. 2 in the tackle, just forcing that ball.
Healy nowhere to go, put down by Logan Schwann. Graham. Just seeming to do some little things at a bit better pace at the moment than the Warriors, the Sharks.
But the Sharkies are playing over the advantage line. They're just getting that quick play of the ball and making sure they just go forward. And if they run in pairs, they will cause the Warriors some problems, or they'll make them soak up that many more tackles.
McKenna. Priested to go back the other way after a call from Healy, who hands it out to Dykes. A grabbing tackle from Logan Schwann, got away from him. He's been the danger man. Dykes, nearly every time he's touched. Healy. Great kick near the post, put down, and Hoppy's there to tidy things up. It'll be a line dropout. But again, it's one of the big weapons from this side because of the pinpoint accuracy from Healy.
Yeah, well, Healy puts it up nice and high, puts it right to the middle of the park. He knows the post may pose a difficulty in the view of Odenryan. The ball travels forward, but Hoppy, there's no offside in that particular area, and they'll have to drop kick this ball out.
Jason Dietz trying to get back on, trying to get the attention of somebody to come off. Healy again will be the key man in this next set of 6. Past the 50 for Stewart to take it to the line. 4 extra minutes up the sleeve of the Sharks. Even more coming up. Lang bounces out of Joe Wagner. Healy shows it one side. Set pieces. Dykes was about to turn to look for support back on the inside on the other side of the ruck. Chisa. Couple of points in it at 4-2 as Healy, for the second time tonight, puts down an easy one. Rare thing from a player like Healy.
Well, they'll be disappointed with that. They all the attack going with the Sharks. Healy, second one he's put down, cold turkey right in front of him. And Dykes, his partner Dykes, has looked the player who's been most likely to cause some damage. He's offered 2 or 3 dummies. Perhaps the next one you'll see him fire the ball out. Warriors will have to be awake to him.
Deep. Test that shoulder out. Jones. Now Lewis. Played strongly in the second 40 for the Warriors against Brisbane last week. Siu. Real test of strength between Siu and Lang. Logan Swan. Last tackle for Simon to bomb away. Way off the side of the boot. Played back for Simon. Did well to pick it up. Then kick ahead for Odell Manuel. Here's numbers. Inside. Oh, they had plenty. Surely on the end of this. Out of nothing. Clever play. Clever skills. The first kick mightn't have been a good one, but check out the vision. Just a little kick for Odell Manuel. Who laid it on? John Simon.
Well, 2 things stick out. One is never give up. Once the kick's put up in the air, back yourself a second stab at the ball. Odell Manuel reads it superbly. He's onside. The pass intended for Jones. It goes behind. Simon picks it up. And this is just good support play, which is the next thing you do anytime a kick goes up.
Yeah, support play is the name of the game, isn't it? And just look at the hands in these conditions. Fantastic hands by the Auckland Warriors. Beautiful little kick there from John Simon. Now look at that pickup. Absolutely fantastic. The ball is so slippery, and they just went on with it. The backup was there, 2s and 3s, and if you're going to get anyone with a bit of pace to finish it off, give it to that man there, Lee Odenryle.
The Warriors threatened the defending champs last week, Brisbane. Now here at Ericsson, really putting it to one of the front runners of the season. The Sharks at 8-4. Healy with this restart. And the skipper, Eddinghausen, knows that that try has really thrown plenty of concern into the camp.
Well, it has, and it's the right reply that the Warriors needed, just to show that if they're up in that quarter, if they can get inside the Sharks' red zone, it's great confidence. They know they can come away with some points.
Tutupu, head down strongly, right up the middle. Revved up from this try, kicking meters favours the Warriors. Hermanson, absolute battering ram tonight. Jones. Certainly looking to take off more tonight as Simon goes to the air. Out towards Best. Here come the Warriors. Put down. Did he knock it on? Knock back, said Hampstead. Right on the spot for the call. Lang. Went under pressure. He's always there, but a big tackle from Tutupu. Did this go forward? Just looked to travel back. Lang. Non-stop worker, Toddy, but doesn't he take some punishment in a season?
Oh, I can't believe it. You know, he runs there straight up. He just sets himself up for a big shot, and they just belt him and belt him. But you know what's impressive about him? He just keeps on getting up. He's like the Energizer guy off the robot. Just hit me, boys, and I'll keep coming. It's tremendous stuff.
McKenna virtually just throws this one away. A few mistakes last couple of moments from the Sharks. Good bustle from this Warriors defence.
Well, it is. It's a bit of panic from McKenna. And just the energy that the Warriors are putting out across the paddock, just making the Sharks force their hand when it's not required.
Hermanson. Bit of a pressure ball for Deetha. Did well to take that. Hammered by Sean Ryan. Back for Jones. Tutupu. Mears. Back for Jones. Looked to unload. Good defence from Lang. Last tackle, Simon. This one along the deck out towards Best. Sits up in the end nicely for him, but the chase is a good one. Well, Odenryan was there, so was Swan. There was plenty of numbers. In the end, he did well to get away from them.
Oh, that's great work from Best. Able to just, everyone was on top of him, able to use his speed to skirt around and give the Sharkies every opportunity of not getting caught in the corner.
Lang again. Really digging pretty deep as his team takes some real treatment and some anxious moments. Healy looking out towards the sideline for a bit of a break, but Odenryan will cut off the angle. Eddinghausen down there. And the chase was also a good one from Shannon Donato. Up there in 17. Hoppy handling mistakes in a big way against the Sharks. John Lang will have plenty to say about a lot of the balls that have been put down easy, stone cold tonight from them.
Well, we've seen 2 from Healy and the unforced turnover from McKenna, and that's what John Lang will be concerned about, especially the way the Warriors are playing that in-your-face style of football.
Inside that last 10. Trap just on the one leg from Peachy. And Nelson with the tackle on him. It's going to be such a heavy workload, though, Toddy, and I guess none of the opposition underplay the fact that you tackled Joe Vogana, then comes Terry Hermanson, they go to the bench, out comes a giant called Lauatiti, and then see you.
Yeah, well, obviously the Auckland forwards are much bigger than the Cronulla side. That's why I can't understand why they're still trying to take the Auckland forwards on, because they're very, very powerful. And just to tackle Big Joe and then Terry, it would knock the stuffing out of anybody. So these guys, the Cronulla team, are really feeling it in defence.
Is there a fingertip on that? Odenryan rushed back into the end goal, took the brunt of the tackle from Eddinghausen, right on the line. Hoppy. Hoppy fighting for it to get it away from the 10. Nigel Vagana wrapped up by Eddinghausen. Logan Swan, Eddinghausen. I think he's made 3 tackles already in this set. And he'll go back to try and make the 4th, just missed. Well, they're way offside out wide, the Sharks. Hampstead called them back out of the line to stay away from the action.
That's silly.
Now we're looking to get a head start on Simon. Peachy to bring it back. Hands it off for Colin Best. Stop-start from him. Cannot get away from Tony Tutupu.
Just going back to your point, Toddy, I take your point about Cronulla just watching the offside well in front before the ball was played. But I take your point about the Sharkies not wanting to take on the Warrior forwards. But on a couple of occasions, it is notable that the Sharkies are looking to run at John Simon.
Well, they are trying to run at John Simon, and in these conditions, that little inside pass is always going to work for you, because it's hard to cut back in defence and you lose your footing. So it's amazing that some of them aren't looking for a little moving out and just putting that little inside pass in.
Extra tackles surprisingly being made by the Warriors. So often on the wrong end of that count in the NRL. Midfield bomb, everybody has a good long look at it. Odenryan puts it down. Well, they're going to pay a penalty here. Peachy always on the spot. But nobody was really positive about this ball from the start. Bit of a go slow here. And up comes the fumble. Remarkable try.
Ball this time goes up nice and high from Healy, and there's plenty of time for Manuel or Odenryan to get there. Everyone leaves it alone, and you're right, they pay the price. Goes in unopposed.
Yeah, just a little bit of lack of communication there. Sort of players in 2 minds. Someone had to really call for the ball and take it. The Odenryan let it bounce. Bang, it comes out, and well, Peachy, he was there, and Cronulla, that's an easy try for them.
Just wasn't sure about that angle, whether that ball was knocked out by a Shark's hand. Healy from right in front. Real slog here in Auckland tonight at Ericsson. But it is the Sharks who come back to grab the lead. Peachy try, and they sent it out to 10-8. Just wasn't quite sure whether, in fact, in making the tackle, this came off the Sharks or whether it was really the full mistake from Odin Ryan. Tackles being made. Was there a hand that pushed that out?
Well, the hand was definitely struck up around where the ball was, and in that case, well, you'd look at a knock on, but I guess the benefit of slow replay, and you'd have to go with the Sharkies on that occasion.
Off the post, clever stuff. Madison. It's a bit of size back into this Sharks pack.
Yeah, well, Madison's been good when he's been out there. He's just been able to take 2 or 3 defenders each time. And, you know, the Sharkies need that. They need to sap some energy out of these big Warriors forwards.
4 minutes before the break. Still, good advantage for the Sharks of 5 minutes extra.
Well, is that a voluntary tackle? I mean, whether he tripped or just slipped in the conditions, but you know, the Sharkies just looking to run wide. Look at running at Simon and the centres, go for that quick play of the ball.
Okay.
Graham with the kick in between Manuel and Odin Ryan. For a moment, he nearly put it down. Odin Ryan will only improve it by a couple of metres as Hoppy folds in to do some work. He gets trapped quickly, put down by Dykes. Lautiti. Accustomed to seeing him in the headgear. Nigel Wagner hasn't seen much of the ball wide. Tupu gets a spell. Simon puts it out towards the sideline. Did it come off the Sharks? Simon looks over at Hampstead, and it'll be a Warriors feed.
Yeah, the kick going over to Brett Howland. Just getting a hand on it, not pulling out of it early enough.
Just keep yourself straight open.
Real sharp, awkward bounce right at the finish against him, breaking back towards him. Swan for Jones on the short side. Was looking back on the inside. Lautiti. What a special he came up with last week against Brisbane. Done it a number of times from about 20 or 30 metres out this year. Great step and pace and strength. Deep. Jones with Simon nice and wide, and runners too. Logan Swan. It's been the big combination for Auckland. Simon, Logan Swan and Nigel Wagner wide. Back inside this time for Siu. Inside the 10. They go down to the last though. Simon just looking to put this into the in goal. Peachy fumble before he kicks it dead. More pressure and still time with a good set of 6 coming up. Yeah. Sharks to milk it here.
That's good work from John Simon. He saw that Peachy was looking to run across to his left, made him check, come back to the short side. And it's all about trying to get another set, wear them down.
Hampstead having an eye on the clock. Healy. For Odin Ryan. Now wide for Logan Swan. Thought he was going to try and link up with him. They drag him out towards the sideline. Hoppy to take it towards the posts. Support from Nigel Wagner. Mears. Been a huge threat inside the 20. In these situations, Jones inside, Hermanson dummied back out towards Lautiti. Mears back on the inside, pass goes astray. Simon with some tremendous skill again for Logan Swan, likewise to keep it alive. Nigel Wagner. Clever stuff from Simon to pick up the dregs out of all of that. Hermanson setting it up for them inside the 10. Last 30 seconds to the in goal. Peachy again to kill it. And Hampstead will try and rush the Sharks here.
Give him a go, Link on.
May have to stop the clock. It was just under 30. Now he has stopped the clock at 16 seconds.
Got to give him a go.
He restarts play. In fact, we're down to the last 5 seconds now. Kick in behind the line, flicked out the back. Sharks to kick ahead, Hermanson to go over just to dive on the ball. He got up smartly for Simon. Bit of flair from him, kicking wide. Nigel Buggener in behind Best. Tried something to spark it up. In real difficult conditions after a ton of rain in Auckland. Pretty solid performance from both sides, and the Warriors and the Sharks in a real tight one at Ericsson. 10-8 to the Sharks at the break. Lang, wind him up, let him go.
Well, they can't afford to drop one tonight, but, you know, the Warriors, they want to be a party pooper to most sides. Not a lot left to play for, except, you know, well, there is a lot to play for. Spots for next year, but if they can go around upsetting these top contenders, you know, they'll take a lot of pride in that.
Was it stolen? Just lost. Here's the door opening up. Great chance for the Warriors right from the restart of this second 40. Looked up, pleading for a penalty.
Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Just stand there.
Absolute lottery. Logan Swan breaking, looking for Jones. Surges into the 20. Joe Buggener. Good tackle low. Treaster was the man that went downstairs. Now Jones and Simon. Hermanson, who's been strong tonight. Jones again. On the inside this time for Logan Swan. Jones running with Joe Buggener. Jones! We said it tonight. We raised the question about this little man taking it to the line. Just carried the ball out in front. Everybody had a look at big Joe Buggener, and he just stepped his way through.
Well, Jones, when he can carry the ball out in front with 2 hands, he's got supporting runners with him, takes the heat off him, and that's a good individual effort.
Yes, when you've got big guys like Joe Buggener on the outside, you were right, Graham. They were all looking at him, the defence, but this little man saw a gap. He doesn't need a big one. He slipped straight through.
So much talent. And now with Simon there to complement him at 5'8", he can concentrate on a running game. The shower just eases up, as if to grace this try from Stacey Jones. 32 he's managed for this Warriors outfit. Can you believe how young he still is? So much football ahead of him. Eddinghausen fuming about the slow restart and about getting Mines back on the job. Simon. 11 metres to the side of the post. Very valuable 2 points. Strikes it nicely right down the middle. Flying start to the second 40 from Jones, and the Warriors has them on their feet at 14-10. Healy to put it down deep. Didn't really have a chance to go down to Utoti for what was said at half-time.
Yeah, well, Mark Gray, the Warriors coach, he just said he wanted a better kick and chase game from his side. Also, he wanted his forwards to keep hitting that advantage line, as we see there, Terry Hermanson and then Big Joe to take over as well. In defence, he wants them to move up quicker in defence off the line. And he also said, whatever you do, just keep up the same enthusiasm in the second half as you showed in the first half. Johnny Lang on the other side, he said he doesn't want his forwards to take them on to the forwards, take them on out wide, slow those play the balls down, and he wants much better ball security from his players. And he just reminded them that we can't afford to lose this one, even though we're comfortable in the top 8.
We'll be more than concerned with this restart. Big missed tackle count against the Sharks. A couple of those coming in that just little sprint from Jones. Simon to try and ride them home with a big kicking game in this second 40. Ryan. Graham. Still playing a lot of teams in or eyeing off the top 8 for the finals in their run home towards the end of this season. The Warriors, they are really going to shake a few teams who are thinking about the finals.
Well, they are, and you know, if this type of form continues that they're showing over the last week's game and here tonight, there's no reason why they can't topple a few of those sides, and they do have a couple of the big guns coming up.
Joe Wagner bounces into one. A good tackle low from McKenna. Hermanson.
Well, Terry Hermanson, he's fair dinkum throwing himself everywhere around the paddock. He's been making tackles out wide.
Simon right down the middle. He's got Deeth inside. Deeth. He could have gone to him, but he goes out wide to Manuel. Don't know why he didn't go to Deeth. Deeth cannot believe it. He was headed towards the post, and he was unmarked. Surely John Simon saw him. Deeth stayed with him. Even Deeth had further support, I think, from Jones under the posts.
Well, there were two on his left. It's almost as if he just weighed up his options. He had it premeditated. He was going to kick too early. Never looked out to his left.
Well, he looked twice in that move. He did. He must surely have known he was there. Opportunity gone. I think he made it a little bit too complicated for himself. Should have been an easy 4-pointer. Joe Wagner. Treister is there again, but gets steamrolled by Joe Wagner. There's 2 down as Stacey Jones picks up the pace back to Deeth. This time for Deeth. Heading towards those posts. Looking for a quick play of the ball. Mears on the inside for Hermanson. This crowd screaming for another try. Backs to the wall for the Sharks. Simon cutting men out. Logan Swan taking a good tackle by Healy. Needed to be made. Nigel Wagner changing direction. Simon for Hoppy. Nowhere for him to go. 5 metres away. Last tackle. Simon very wide. Manuel. Odell Manuel can't get it back in. Well played. Well played by Howland, but they've got to be disappointed, the Warriors, after coming up empty.
Well, it was an excellent work by Howland. He knew he had to take Odell Manuel, ball and all. The kick going right across field, and the Sharks soaking up all the pressure. He climbs nice and high.
Heaviest period of the game for the Sharks, who are right under the hammer. Pearce, Hermanson. Some of the Warriors' best passages tonight have been when he's been on field. Time in possession, all square. McKenna. They've soaked up pressure. Now they've got to try and bring it away. Still tired after the defence that they've been forced to make. They shift the ball on the last. Now get the kick in away from Odell Manuel. Good, strong, straight line and pursuit. Odin Ryan chased away from one, put down by the second man in McKenna. Long ball called for by Simon. Nigel Wagner, he's going to go running around looking for Simon. Now he'll straighten. Nigel Wagner puts the foot down. Brilliant run from him. Peachy trying to slow it down. There at 6s and 7s, the Sharks, as Jones tries to go back to the midfield. Long advantage played. Crowd not happy that they were never all back. Crowd don't like the call at all. But they had them absolutely stretched.
Oh, look, brilliant stuff. Wagner straight through the hole, able to show a clean set of heels. Tried to weigh up Peachy. Peachy does an excellent job. And the ball just popping out.
Big question mark about everybody getting back into the line, though, Toddy.
You've got to love this crowd. They're here in the rain and they're so passionate about this game. They're certainly letting the referee know. Oh, it's great to be on the sideline here. This Warriors side are making it nice and warm for us all.
Odin Ryan to come off his line. Touch judge in. Call to come up against the Warriors. Not quite sure what it's all about. Have to have a good, long, hard listen about this one.
17.
17.
Yeah, just stand in now.
17 for Auckland.
He's jumped into the tackle, right, and he's got the bloke around right around the cheekbone, basically.
Got a report or?
No.
17.
But he's jumped in it.
Okay.
And it's the second time we've also talked to this player
Now,
about it as well.
if this is the tackle on Siu, Hampstead ruled on it, absolutely ruled on it, and turned down any complaint. Yeah, well, you can honestly read this from Hampstead. He already ruled on this tackle ages ago.
That's the second time.
And the touch judge, bad communication between the two. Really.
Yeah, I can't believe the touching. I mean, one, just get a look at him. He's been on twice, the same touching. And the referee, he did rule on the decision.
He just loves being on TV. TV 10, look at him.
Well, he's got a good-looking melon, hasn't he?
Well, it's forced Hampstead to go back where it already ruled near halfway. Last 3 penalties coming up for the Sharks. Last time round, first 40, they got back-to-back penalties. Put some points on the end of it. Crowd still reminding the touch judge. Great character in this Cronulla side, though.
Well, they've
really been put to the metal by the Warriors.
Well, they have. They've been bullied around the paddock by the Warriors, and a good sign as Madison coughs up the ball on an easy change of angle. The good thing about the Sharky side is that when they've kicked the ball, they've still been able to get a good chase, and they've had several players up there trying to put the Warriors under some sort of pressure.
Both sides are really starting to challenge Hampstead now, putting a bit of pressure on him about the 10 metres as well. Both sides guilty of really creeping at the moment. A bit of fire coming into it from the crowd, heightening that on field for both teams. Now Teddy. Normally, that is the stat that runs against the Warriors. Simon trying to get it out wide to Odell Manuel, but this one goes straight to Peachy, away from 1, 2, 3 as he straightens now. So cool under pressure. John Lang on his feet sideline. Now for McKenna with a strong surge, ball and all. Hanging on grimly was Mears. Now Lang. Now he rules on another one from Siu. Odin Ryan. Not a good kick from the Sharks. Odin Ryan. This will absolutely lift the Warriors now. Simon quickly wide for Nigel Vagana, coming into his own in this second 40 with some more chances. Poppy. Got to post points. The chances territorially, the possession, just got to post more points. Jones, this time he goes to Joe Vagana, who took it extremely well under pressure. Mears, put down by Nelson. Another opportunity goes. Just can't afford to let him keep on slipping. 14-10.
He's on one, hands up now.
Midfield for the Sharks. A little bit of deja vu. You start thinking of the Warriors game last week, Toddy, when they let a couple of chances go in the second half against Brisbane.
Yeah, that's right, but I'll tell you what, their enthusiasm out there has just been outstanding. You know, after half-time, I don't know, Mark Graham, they seem to really be responding to what Mark says, because they come out of there after having a bit of a chat from him, and they just are on fire.
Mella, ball and all, Odell Manuel flying in over the top. 2-1, those line breaks. Manuel makes another tackle. Last against the Sharks. Graham looking back out towards the sideline. Nelson is there to tidy it up. Bit of a sign in that kick there as they look sideline from Nick Graham that they were searching for a bit of a break. Maybe a scrum to give themselves a 20 or 30 second spell.
Yeah, I think so. They probably wanted to look for the sideline. But, they feel that the Warriors, they are putting them under a lot of pressure. And unlucky the Warriors just hesitating there. Probably just not being positive enough in their actions, but certainly if they can camp down there and sustain this pressure they're putting the Sharkies under, there's no reason why they can't come away with some more points.
This will be too strong from Simon. Just needed to keep it in that in goal. But this has been the story of the second 40. Long haul back for the Sharks, then to bring it away from their 20.
Yeah, it just makes the Sharkies dig a lot deeper. To their credit, though, the Sharkies, what they've been able to do is fix up their problem. The inside players have worked a lot harder, chasing across, making sure they come up with the tackles. Problems led to the Warriors' tries where they didn't cover up on the inside.
Dykes. Good first 40 for the Sharks, monstered by Hermanson, having a terrific game. Great enthusiasm in this Warriors defensive line as Ryan is upended by Simon. Right up the middle from Stewart. Healy sending it inside the 20 for Hoppy. Had a chance, thought there might have been a movement from Healy to play that on the last tackle. They had a couple of men left over if they wanted to run it.
It's too bad, mate.
Mears sent to the blood bin by Hampstead.
Wait for replacement, wait for replacement. Wait for replacement.
Need him back as quickly as possible.
All right.
Lauatiti gets out there in 16. Deeth. Not a bad shift. Nice balance for the Warriors to have Deeth go straight to hook and out.
Oh, well, he does a fabulous job. They can put him at fullback and he'll do just as well. What's been great about both sides is the substitutes. When they've come on, they've just, played an important role straight into the game. I'm not a big favour of, this unlimited interchange, but when the players come on and work like that, absolutely great.
Nearly overran that. Look at this defence. They are flying in the Warriors. Peachy. Great step up the middle. Very valuable 7 or 8 metres. Great control on this game at the moment, the Warriors, even though they're only leading by 4 points.
Well, they are. They're really riding the crowd. The crowd getting right in behind them. All the players are going up. They're still committed to tackling in 2s and 3s, trying to put the Sharkies on their back.
Got to hand it to the Sharks that they've hung in and hung in. Healy. Straight down to Odenryan. Last few kicks have not been difficult for him. For all the effort, though, they still haven't got it on the scoreboard, and that's a worry always against the Sharks, Toddy.
Well, when you miss those opportunities like the Deeth coming with John Simon, Jason Deeth should have scored that try, but the enthusiasm is coming through from the Warriors. But you said about the Sharks, well, their defence has just been outstanding. They're hanging in, and that's a sign of a good side now. The only thing that worries me about this Cronulla side, when Peachy or someone like that, they've got players who can turn a game. That's a worry.
Deeth, one of many who can do it for the Warriors when they need it. Likewise from this man, Simon. This is up there for a long, long time. Who wants it? They put it down right in front of the post. The Warriors will have the scrum free. They've got it already. The Sharks trying to rush back. Not many of them there. They slow it right down. Surely in numbers. Logan Swan. They had plenty of men out to the left. Mears tries to steal it. They just need to shift to that corner. The Sharks were still in trouble there. Now they go there, but a little bit late from Lauatiti. Picked up by Nigel Wagner. To the other sideline, maybe. Quick hands to the far corner. Hermanson caught wide. Throws it away to Howland against the run. What a turnaround. Absolutely unbelievable. Howland will go all the way to lock it up. You talk about this side hanging in. They're champions at doing that. The Warriors should have had it in the far left-hand corner any number of times. Third opportunity missed, and what about paying this price?
Well, yeah, a cruel blow for Hermanson. Has had a great game. Serves it up in the laps of one of the Sharkies, but you go back to the other side. Colin Best knocking the ball on. Could have easily gone the other way to the Warriors. 2 or 3 try-scoring opportunities now, dead set gone against them.
Yeah, that's twice now that the Sharkies really have scored quite easy tries, isn't it? A great kick there from John Simon. And they lost the ball, which they could have gone left. We spoke about it 2 or 3 times, but there was just nobody in there sort of having a look. And that's where the Warriors could have scored. Big Terry Hermanson's had a whale of a game. He's just looked out the winger Howland, sweated on his pass. And really with someone with this pace is always going to be hard to get. But full marks to Lee Odenryan, who kept the chase up because he could have gone around under the post, but he kept him out wide.
11 tries this season, Howland. Real flyer for the Sharks, and now Healy with the kick, which will tell another unbelievable story of the Sharks getting into the lead after being threatened on so many occasions in this second half. Healy. Solid pressure goal. John Lang still far from at ease here at Ericsson in the rain. 16-14. Terry Hermanson's had a terrific game for the Warriors, and all of a sudden that big error, the intercept pass that he threw for Howland.
Yep, okay.
But the Warriors have had 3 clear opportunities that they have not finished. You talked last week, many would argue that they dominated the second 40 against the Broncos, don't get the 2 competition points. They have dominated this second 40, and now they find themselves 2 points down.
Well, it's a simple game. When you can hold on to the ball, you give yourself every chance of winning. If you come up with the mistakes, well then, you know, you're always on a hard task. And, you know, just a cruel blow that the Warriors were camped well inside the Sharkies' red zone, and just, you know, an 80-metre effort on the part of Howland has levelled up as well. Just put the Sharkies 2 points in front.
That'll be the telling stat. That'll be the big concern. As wet as it is tonight, a lot of those sets that haven't been completed by the Sharks have been some pretty simple handling mistakes, unforced at times. Graham. Big psychological advantage for the Sharks to break away and grab the lead after hanging on and hanging on. Draining mentally for some of the young Warriors players to probably start thinking, what have we got to do?
Yeah, well, I think the key thing is not to panic. You know, probably a couple of decisions from, we've seen Lauatiti put a couple of little grubbers, probably not the right option. And this is where you keep playmakers. We talk about Johns and John Simon and Stacey Jones. They're the ones who really need to direct this team, give the players all the encouragement they need, have them running the right lines.
Simon calling for it. Calling for the chase to get it away from Peachy, but he sends it straight to him. Not the kick he was after. But they get him down inside the 30. They've had the advantage in the opposition half tonight. But an advantage that has not reverted to the board as Joe Vagana goes back sideline. Shane Endicott in 23 to make a tackle. And again to bring down Madison. Pearce to follow that up. So many people have suggested that the Sharks may just break under the pressure of some of the big end-of-season matches. I mean, what they've shown right throughout the year is quite outstanding, even in clutch games like this for them.
Well, they have been, and you know, it's a basic things that win your games in rugby league, which the Sharkies this season have been excellent at, and you know, their enthusiasm and their ability to hang into games that are tight and win those tight games, you know, has been impressive for me.
Siu stands for a long time to send Mears on his way. Likewise for Simon, now for Jones. Jones to the outside for Logan Swan, looking to try and bring Nigel Vagana back on the inside. Good quick play the ball, and the Sharks are not back in the line. Jones knows it. Jones puts the foot down. One more tackle. They're in trouble on the short side, far side of the field, but they come back to Simon to chip high for Odell Manuel to climb against Howland, who's handled him tonight. And they're pushed out over the sideline.
Change of play there.
Once again, they just managed to come up with all the desperate stuff at the finish.
Yeah, perhaps went the wrong way. The short side, the numbers for the Sharks, they weren't back in the defensive line. John Simon opting to go to Odell Manuel again, putting it up in the air, but the problem is it isolates him. Not enough room to work with, and you know, Howland's doing a fantastic job just laying all over him.
Big smile from Jason Deeth as he whispers to Mears, hang on, I'm not heading downtown to the judiciary. Eddinghausen hasn't seen many opportunities, hasn't seen the ball much. Now for Best to step away from a couple of tackles before taken by Mears, midfield. 40 away from his own line, good quick play of the balls. Heavy tackle from Deeth on McKenna. Howland stepping. Howland got away from Odell Manuel, came again to assist Stacey Jones' last tackle. Peachy is there. Peachy in behind the line. Joe Vagana hung back, he didn't move up. But they'll trap them on the last with a handover.
Almost from the Sharks. Peachy, just a clever bit of play. Warriors have to watch him right through this match, but getting caught on the last tackle.
Crowd again trying to lift their core, looking for penalties. Lewis, short side, strongly past the 30. Quickly to his feet. Nelson. Penalty against the marker. Brings a roar from the hardy 7,000 or 8,000 here in this driving rain. Simon.
Come on, mate. Got to do a job on that wing of yours. Come on. Stay on your feet.
Never quite in front of the man. Just didn't get there in time. 30 out, the Warriors. Can they finish one of these ones? Up the middle for Nelson. Kicking meters. Huge turnaround for the Sharks. Joe Vagana. Jones for Simon. And Logan Swan. And Nigel Vagana as they string it together. Still Endicott. Jones! Stacey Jones shut down right in front of the post just as he put the foot down. Mark Graham. Mears will get it. Mears! You were just about reading this man's thoughts. He was saying to himself, are we going to get one finally?
You little beauty. Robert Mears. Warriors go out 18-16. Have a look at the markers from the Sharks. They just step out far too early, and when you've got a clever player out of acting half, Look at the hole that opens up right around the ruck. Peachy too slow to come across.
Yeah, nice quick play the balls from the Warriors. And what about the hands just stringing those passes together in driving rain conditions? This guy's been one of the finds of the century, isn't he? Look at him. I bet you love that one, Drano. The hooker's going over like that.
Oh, absolutely perler, mate. And, you know, you just got to hand it to the Warriors. They've been able to stay in this game, and that was a reply they certainly needed.
Robert Mears has climbed from obscurity of the New South Wales bush to maybe, if injuries like that to Jason Hetherington continue, who's to say you don't start talking about him in representative ranks?
Well, he's just, you know, both the Aussie boys have just been great. And, you know, no disrespect to Sid Eru, and, you know, I really feel for the bloke. Sid Eru could have offered, he has offered a lot to this club, and it's just sad to see that he's not out there to enjoy this.
Simon. Terrific match here in Auckland. Consider all of these conditions. Outstanding game because of that. 2016. They're drenched. They're absolutely drenched. Do you think anybody's on their way home? No. Joe Vagana. It's been a heavy hurdle for the Sharks pack, this huge Warriors outfit, who have enjoyed plenty of possession. Lewis now head down to get it away from this danger zone.
Yeah, it's important the Warriors, they make sure they complete the set, give John Simon all the room and space he needs to get a good kick away.
Midfield. Simon out towards the wing of Best, who lost that, and it'll go down inside the 30 as they turn the Sharks back towards their own danger zone. You talk about Mears' outstanding form, and you talk about the importance for the Warriors, for Frank Endicott, the test coach, to keep on towards this possible Tri-Nations Test series. I mean, it's been a pretty well-kept secret, I think, over in Australia, the fact that there's going to be the Tri-Series here at the end of the season.
Well, it is, and, you know, Frank would be wrapped. He knows the importance of, you know, the players in the Warriors who are contenders for the Kiwi side, that, you know, their form over these remaining games is, you know, top-notch.
Chant of Warriors up around Ericsson as Mellon nearly got away. Lang. Taken by Nigel Vagana. The Sharks know they've got a chance at now inside the last 10. They've got to go looking. Haven't been down the other end, hardly at all. Big error count at their own end. McKenna right up the middle. Taken. Hermanson and Mears. Driving rain, heavy rain again as Healy kicks back the other way. Who wants it? Nigel Vagana lost it. Didn't really know where it was. And luckily Hoppy was there to tidy up the kick. 7 minutes. Massive advantage in these conditions down the other end in this game.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe that. You know, if you're going to get treatment, you know, get it done while your team's in possession. And that time almost getting caught out and losing the ball.
Mears calling for some offside play as Hoppy takes it to midfield. They need a good kick and chase last tackle. Sharks need to put some pressure on the kicker. Simon has time and again goes out towards the wing of Best. Huge kick this one. They need the chase now as it goes down to the end goal. And they get him inside the 20. Mellor talking to John Lang last night. He knew what a tough side they were going to be to take on tonight after their recent form. And I don't know that he really wanted these conditions, and this error right from his own side in their own half.
Yeah, it is evident now. You can just tell that the players...
Great hands. Howland kicking ahead. Here's Peachy. What a great play in these conditions. Look at the skill from Peachy. Just loses it. It would have been an absolute stunner. Now they give it away to the far corner. What a mistake. What a mistake. There has been two of the simplest mistakes at their own end tonight, and they've led so far to 10 points for the Sharks.
Well, they found success on the left-hand side, able to put a 2-on-1 situation and get around Odell Manuel. The kick goes through by Howland. Have a look at Peachy. You got to question whether he was onside. Cleverly puts the ball to the toe. Odin Ryan does well to stay with him. And you got to feel for Sean Hobby, just looking to pick the ball up. Cost back into the arms of Sean Ryan. And then it's just out. You find your wingman there, and over she goes.
I think Peachy might have cleverly played at that and punched the ball out as well.
Yeah, you got to
have a check.
You got to feel sorry for those Warriors too. I mean, it's 3 easy tries they've given up to Cronulla. Cronulla haven't really had to work too much for these ones. Great stuff from Peachy to set it up, but they are still easy tries. I don't think the Warriors can come back though. They're on fire.
What a goal. What a pressure goal as the Sharks eye off their lofty perch on the NRL. This try from best for this season. This for the lead to maybe make sure they stay on line for the top 4. Driving rain for Healy, 2 from 3. Way out near the chalk. Strikes it magnificently. Healy! What a sensational goal. Out of nothing for Eddinghausen and his Sharks. What a thriller at Ericsson, 22-20. Down inside the last 5, Healy. Cool as you please.
Yeah, have a look at him. He's all pumped up. Fantastic game. And you just had the feeling, I was going to say just before the break was made, you can almost sense the tiredness in some of the legs. This is the ability of the players to cover across the paddock.
Inside their own 30, they've got to get away from here. No mistakes this time around. Got to make sure of it, the Sharks. Healy, what a goal. And now they know they need him with the kicking game to get away from here as well.
Well, the Warriors need to make sure they can get up and put some pressure on the kicker.
Madison, out towards the 50. Short side for Graham to do the kick. Now on Odin Ryan. Warriors are going to think about some of the most simplest mistakes of the season that might cost them a huge scalp, the front runner of the NRL.
Yeah, well, they could think about mistakes, and, you know, they had 2 dead-set try-scoring opportunities, one from John Simon, the other with Robert Mears, and, you know, just not coming up with the right option. But their performance has been absolutely great. And you look at these 2 front rows, Terry Hermanson, Joe Wagner, beating superb Nick.
Mears, short side, last tackle, he's going to settle for the scrum. Sharks will be happy with that. They don't... Oh, they're in no real hurry. Not a good kick selection, really, to chew up time.
Well, no, they needed to keep that one in play. And they really have to try and make sure they can either go for a one-on-one strip, make sure they don't give away any penalties. And you just got to keep an eye on the little man. We said at the top of the game that it's the little blokes who can duck under these tackles in these conditions. They're going to be the ones who could perhaps just give their side and get them home.
There's been so many twists in this game, the lead changing so many times. It's been tit for tat. Simon many times thought they must have had the game. Now it's the Sharks with their enormous character in all of this. They'll get another shot at it, but from what position on the field, the Warriors, I'm not sure. Madison. Joe Wagner over the top to finish him off. The Sharks will probably go looking for the sideline as well now. Lang. carries them down over the Warriors 40. Last tackle. Healy looking out for the sideline. Out towards Odell Manuel. Through his legs. They're going to have to go all the way. They're going to have to earn a brilliant victory.
Well, they are. Everyone's going to have to be on deck. As much as the legs are hurting and sucking in the oxygen, everyone's got to be back. Everyone's got to play a part and try support each other.
Simon was trying to rush, trying to keep it alive.
L3, hands up now, hands up.
Mears up the middle, still alive. Logan Swan. He looked back, can't play. Couple of tackles only. They're going to have to come up with something real special. Simon chipping wide and space for Odell Manuel. Goes through his hands. That might just about be it.
And they give away a penalty. He needed to try and take that kick on the full. And that might have been the last throw of the dice for the Warriors side. Just not coming up with it cleanly. Bounces over his head.
Sharks are not going to be happy, Toddy, with their mistake rate in the second 40.
Your time, fellas. Waste too much time.
Come back to Brent Todd. But, I mean, they're not going to be happy with their mistake rate, the Sharks. And I think I've got to say it that this is just another one, quite clearly tonight, that the Warriors have blown.
Yeah, well, they have. The Warriors have blown this one tonight. They certainly, you know, are the better team out there, irrespective of the score, and the Sharks being in front. But I think the Sharks, they know they need to, you know, no game is going to be easy, and teams are going to get up and step into their, right into their play, just like the Warriors have done this evening.
Inside the last 30 for Ryan. An intercept against the Warriors. 2 balls lost in front of their own line that led immediately to tries. Healy ducks one, stands in a second. Last tackle and last throw of the dice. All they need to do is put it out over the sideline. And Dykes will go into the end goal. Howland! Magnificent try.
Not happy with it? All right. Just have a check, Doug.
They're just going to check the grounding of this, but the Warriors caught in behind their own line. This is going to be a scoreline that tells you no story of this terrific match tonight.
Yeah, a deserving effort for Dykes and Howland. Ball just travelling, just having a look if he grounds it cleanly. Well, that's touch and go, but
Howland's pace is so evident, his acceleration, and Dykes has been a real star tonight for the Sharks as well. The downward pressure, was he in control of it? I'm not so sure. Well, this is an interesting call upstairs. Interesting call, real interesting call. Got to have a doubt on it. I just wonder if they ever go back to the referees and use the yellow light on some of these. I mean, that's supposed to be the pattern if you're not sure. Now, where's the doubt on all of this? If you go to a fourth look at it, you're still going to be unsure. I'm not so sure that he was in control, Howland, with the hands.
Johnny. Okay, yeah.
Well, time's gone. Time is gone, and the Warriors will just have to rue. Well, hang on, the siren had gone, and he's gone back to the 20. I don't know that John Lane's going to be too happy with this call. Now, they chip back the other side for Hoppy. He plays it back to Nigel Buggener. I got no idea why we've still got all this action. Siren goes a second time, now it's over.
That's it, it's all right.
He can't believe that, John Lane. But he knows that his side has toughed it out again. Came up with a remarkable effort. Eddinghausen and the troops get home with a valuable 2 points.